Good morning, I'm Nikki Stanzione.
And I'm Kristen Van Dyke.
And this is New Mexico Style Midweek. We've made it to the halfway.
And we have some really good stuff today. Mary Higgins Clark, I cannot wait to hear. I've read so many of her books.
Isn't she awesome?
The suspense.
I know. Well, I'll tell you what,
Mystery.
we'll keep you in suspense waiting to see it. I interviewed her a couple days ago, so you'll get to see the interview. Kristen, she's so nice. I loved her.
That's so cool.
Yeah, I was a little intimidated by her, and she turned out to be really sweet. So I like her. Yeah. Now, I heard you talking about something this morning, but for those who are too busy snoozing to hear this story, a lot of people find out that, you know, they're having a hard time waking up in the middle of the night, and then they're trying to, you know, they're trying to wake up in the morning because they have to get up for a job like this where we have to get up so early, and they just can't manage to get up when that alarm clock goes off.
No,
Do you have that problem?
Yeah, I have that problem. I think a lot of people have that problem, you know, and they always say, oh, it's better just to get straight up, don't hit the snooze button, but I hit it like 5 times, and there's always that danger of you not hearing it that last time or not going back off and then you oversleep. But there is a solution to this.
There is. Well, I need it too because I actually set my phone and my alarm clock.
You gotta have a backup.
And then I'm snoozing on both of them back and forth. So I'm up the whole time anyway. It's very, very frustrating. But yeah, there is a solution. Very exciting.
So here's the solution. You just heard it, annoying ringing there. So you have to get out of bed. With this alarm clock, you have to get out of the bed, find a circuit box in another room, punch in a code, if you can remember it at that hour, and then the ringing finally stops. No snooze buttons on this thing.
Now, if you try to outsmart it by unplugging it, a battery will take over. And here's another wake-up call. These alarm clocks cost $350. Yes, now let me tell you what it's called. We went past it, we didn't get to tell you. It's called the Ramos-Nixie alarm clock. Not to be confused with the Ramos-Nikki alarm clock, which goes like this. Yeah. No, but that's interesting, huh? Yeah. Would you pay $350 to get yourself to wake up earlier?
Nope.
Me neither.
Nope. Not at all.
No.
Especially to do all of that work.
Heck no. Let's check in with KRQE News 13 anchor Elizabeth Alvarez with this morning's headlines, who is fortunately awake. Hello, Elizabeth.
Yeah, barely. I mean, I am going off of 3 hours of sleep, ladies. I don't know how I'm doing it.
I get it.
Coffee, coffee, coffee. But yeah, that's an interesting concept, that alarm clock. I have 2 cell phones that I use as my alarm clock that I put on my dresser across from my bed, so I got to literally get up.
Smart.
That's the way to do it.
I'm too paranoid to push snooze, to be honest with you. Imagine me late for work. Not good.
Not good.
All right. Good morning, ladies, and good morning to you at home. Topping your morning news headlines this Wednesday morning. Watch out if you reach for that cell phone while driving your vehicle outside of the Albuquerque city limits. New rules are now going into effect. A few years ago, the city of Albuquerque banned drivers from using a handheld phone while on the road. Now, a ban goes into effect countywide thanks to Bernalillo County commissioners. They passed an ordinance yesterday. You will only be able to use your cell phone using a device which makes it hands-free, meaning you have to have like a Bluetooth or some sort of an earpiece. Now, there are some exceptions, like, of course, if you have a medical emergency or any sort of emergency where you have to call the police department or the fire department. Now, if you break this new ordinance, first-time offenders will be subject to a $100 citation. Each infraction after that will be $200. This new county ordinance is expected to go into effect in about 30 days. In another story having to do with driving, new research finds a link between tax day and deadly car crashes. Researchers compared the IRS deadline data with crash records from the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration. They found that over the last 3 decades, an average of 13 more people died on tax day compared to the 2 weeks before and after the deadline. Authors of the study say it could be because of the stress that tax day causes and how that might be distracting you as a driver. A handful of candidates, including some longtime legislators, are breathing a sigh of relief this morning. Turns out a paperwork mistake won't keep them off the ballot. The New Mexico Supreme Court made the decision yesterday after hearing 2 hours of arguments. At least a dozen candidates running for judgeships, district attorney, the PCR, and the legislature will not be booted from the election ballot. These were candidates who forgot to include their district numbers on their nominating petition. A state law passed last year requires that detail. It's basically to make sure that people signing the petitions are actually registered in the area that they're supposed to be registered in.
They knew exactly who they were voting for. There was no confusion whatsoever.
The High Court agreed that the law was too confusing and said that canceling the petitions would have been unfair. There could be new rules for people who work for Albuquerque Public Schools and who are also elected public officials. One proposal on the table right now would stop the school district from having to pay an employee while he or she is also holding office in the state legislature. The other would flat out prevent anyone who works for APS to run for public office. The proposals are being looked at after a Larry Barker investigation found that APS administrator and state representative Sherry Williams Stapleton, seen here, had been pocketing school salary while serving in her office up in Santa Fe in the state legislature, even though it was against the rules back then. Superintendent Winston Brooks changed the district policy after our story aired so that she could continue to get a school district paycheck. We'll keep you posted on what ends up happening. The NCAA is giving Albuquerque Public Schools a vote of confidence by giving credit for classes taken online. APS says those courses will now count toward core requirements that athletes need to play or to get a scholarship. For college sports, that is. The district went through a 6-month approval process to show that online classes meet the same standards as traditional classroom instruction. And that wraps it up for your Wednesday morning headlines. Be sure to start your day with Matt Morrow, Kristen Van Dyke, and me every weekday morning beginning at 4:30 a.m. on KRQE. Bright and early, ladies. 4:30 a.m.
Thanks, Elizabeth. Get some sleep, girl. Get some sleep.
Too.
Now, it's Wednesday, so therefore one of our favorite mornings. It means it's time for the Hollywood Buzz from TMZ.
That's right. Casey Carver joins us from Los Angeles. Hey, Casey.
Hi, Casey.
Hey guys, how are you?
We're doing great.
Good.
You know, yesterday we talked a lot about this, and of course TMZ caught up with Khloe Kardashian, aka Mrs. Lamar Odom, at LAX. This was after the Dallas Mavericks dropped her hubby. So we have to ask you, are there any hints about their immediate future?
You know, there's not. As of right now, he's been put, like this, you said, on the inactive list. He can be traded at the end of the season. I think they're hoping to be traded back to LA, to Lakers. But, you know, after his leaving, it was such a sudden departure. I don't think they know what's going to happen.
Wow.
And it's kind of, they'll have to wait and see. I know that they were trying to make a life in Dallas, and then this happened, and now they're kind of bounced back here.
Yeah, and it's a weird time. I mean, it's mid-season, and of course her whole family is in LA, so I know they would love to have her back. But, I mean, what do you think this means for the fate of the reality show?
Oh, I think they can always find something.
Yeah, they can, right?
A reality show.
There's always a little Kardashian
They'll find
drama.
something good to talk about.
Oh, yeah,
No doubt.
There's some drama here now. Seal has filed his response to Heidi Klum's divorce petition, and it looks like the divorce is actually shaping up to be a pretty epic battle. What have you guys learned? What's the scoop?
Well, we learned, you know, they both are, Heidi wants full custody of the kids with visitation for Seal. Seal wants joint custody, but Heidi's claiming that he, you know, he's on tour, he travels a lot. She wants the kids. Neither are asking for spousal support right now because she's worth $70 million and he's worth $15 million.
Wow.
So I think as for that part, they're okay, but I think it's going to be a little bit of battle for the kids.
I thought this was going to be one of the cleaner divorces just because of the way they've been talking about each other in, you know, in all of their press conferences. And anytime they've talked to the public about each other, they've had really nice things to say. I almost thought there might be reconciliation. I mean, do you even think that's a possibility at this point?
You know, I thought there for a while because, you know, there was the word that they were going to file, and it took them so long to file that, you know, there's always that hope that maybe they worked it out, and they tried that last-ditch trip. I think it was in Aspen or in Colorado somewhere. I think it's moving forward. They've both filed. I think it's not, I don't think there's any going back at this point.
Well, that's
unfortunately for them.
I know, that was a good couple. I hate to see that be over for good, but hopefully for the sake of the kids, everything works out. That's what we hope for the most. Now, I want to talk about this because last night I saw Dancing with the Stars, and of course there was a lot of drama because pro Maxim Chmerkovskiy, I can never say his last name right, was with Melissa Gilbert, of course. Well, you know, I just say Max, Hot Max, let's call him that. The other night when they were dancing, Melissa hit her head. I like it too. And unfortunately, there's insinuation that dancing producers are conspiring to overstate the actress's injuries just to drum up the ratings. I mean, what does TMZ know about that?
Yeah, you know, And we got Max the other day, or Hot Max on the street, and he said that, you know, she did bump her head. Melissa is tweeting that she had a mild concussion and whiplash. I think that they're not going to completely, you know, falsify, but they're probably going to amp it up a little bit because it makes it a little more exciting, makes it more fun, makes it, you want to tune in to be like, hey, let's see if she's dancing, let's see how she's doing.
Right.
You know, there's always rumors that someone's hurt. They break a fingernail, I feel like an ambulance shows up.
It is so true, and it's not just with Dancing with the Stars, it's with all the reality TV shows.
Yeah,
you know?
They put the music behind it. They do the
true.
slow motion lift up to the ambulance stretcher. and for those who don't know, of course, Sherry Shepherd was eliminated last night. I didn't think Melissa would go because I do believe that helps get them not only ratings, but it helps the actual dancer get some better votes if people think something happened to them. That was you know, unfortunate.
I agree. Because you want to see them come back, because you want to see, hey, let's see how they're doing. They've got injury. Let's see if they can pull through and make it to the end.
Exactly.
They become the underdog. You want to vote for them.
Absolutely. Well, hopefully everybody continues to go on injury-free for the rest of this season.
Yes.
Thank you so much for all of your info.
Of course. Thanks, guys.
Have a good week. And you can catch TMZ weeknights at 5:30 right here on 2 Casa Fox.
Yeah.
TMZ.
Always love catching up on the celebrity gossip.
I know. Now, Dancing with the Stars is good this season. It was a shocker last night, by the way, seeing Sherry Shepherd go. A lot of people thought it might be Gavin DeGraw, but he's sticking around.
I want him to stay.
I like his music. I do like his music. Speaking of music, American Idol is actually coming down to the wire. Already we're down to 7 contestants in the singing competition. Can you
Going
believe
by so
that?
fast.
Yeah.
Yeah, Fox's Ashley Dvorkin talks with some of the remaining Idol hopefuls.
Now that it's down to the wire, American Idol's top 7 are working on their best strategy to stay in the competition.
First, when there's nothing.
For Holly, it could mean taking the judge's advice to heart.
I mean, I'm myself, but I mean, I guess kind of just take Jennifer's advice and just kind of just forget what everybody says.
Jessica may do the old stick to what works and bring back her alter ego.
Phoebe came from this ridiculous video that I made, and then Chaz came from my last name, Sanchez. She's super confident, and she's crazy, so she wants to perform all the time. She's awesome.
And after Skylar's last stellar performance, she will likely try for a repeat.
I gotta say, it was my first one. I've been working really hard to get one.
They will all keep soaking up the star-studded knowledge thrown at them in that mentor room.
I get really nervous because sometimes I don't tell us who it is until we like turn the corner and see them. Someone's like, oh my God, what if I don't know them? I just get anxiety about it.
And they'll try to get plenty of sleep. That is, if their idol mansion allows.
It creaks. It's like, and you're like, I look across the room at Josh, and he's like, I wouldn't either. I'm like,
I don't think they're ghosts in the house. I think it's just a big house and it creaks. It's on the side of a mountain.
See whose plan to win it pans out as the top 7 return to the stage Wednesday night on Fox. In New York, Ashley Dvorkin, Fox News.
Ooh, that's
yes,
nice.
and for this reason, I love Wednesdays. And this year, what they're doing that I love is, you just saw, they're doing duets with each other, which they usually just save until the finale or for results shows. But this year, they're kind of incorporating those into the performance shows, so you get to see a little bit of a different showmanship from them. I love it.
Probably helps you better decide who to vote for. And
Exactly.
all that good stuff too.
I agree. Watch it tonight.
All right, I have a bone to pick with Nikki. But let's talk about the good part first. Hundreds of disadvantaged kids will soon put the pedal to the pavement. Last week, we told you about beds, bikes, and Tykes, sponsored by Mattress Firm.
Yes, now the bikes need to be assembled, and last weekend I did go to the first Build a Bike.
Okay, I need my bike assembled, and where was the help?
I'm terrible.
You're a pro now, right?
Elias did everything. I seriously sat there and played with the Barbie doll that came with the Barbie bike.
Okay.
I really wasn't.
Okay, I believe that.
I would have totally helped you had I known how to do it.
But
I
it
promise.
is all for a really good cause too. So tell us about it.
Somebody, by the way, somebody did say to me, "Oh, I heard you talking about Kristen needing help with her mountain bike today." Somebody said that to me yesterday. So you might be getting
a lot of help.
Yeah, you might be getting some help for sure.
Yeah, that'd be good. Well, Mattress Firm is reaching out to the community as well. Local firefighters are also getting into the action. A 5-person team from the 4 Albuquerque fire districts are participating. So far, they've put together more than 750 bikes bikes for kids that will be distributed through local charities.
Yeah, it's really nice to see that happening. Oh, there, see, that looks like one of the Barbie bikes.
I would like one of them to help me out.
Yeah, me too. Let's find out how we can get those guys on board. Ooh, nice. Okay, yeah, it's fun to watch firefighters putting together bikes and doing their thing, and for good reason. Oh, hi firefighters, here we are. Now, if you want to put the pedal to the pavement, or you want to put your pedal to the metal, how about this? You can win a 4-pack of tickets to the 2012 New Mexico International Auto Show at the Albuquerque Convention Center, Friday, April 13th through Sunday, April 15th. It is the ultimate auto show experience. This year's show will include the 2013s and pre-production models.
And to participate in the contest log, just log into Costa.com, contest, and click on the New Mexico International Auto Show ticket giveaway to register to win. You don't have to purchase it, no purchase necessary to enter or win, and a purchase will not increase your chance of winning, but 1 entry per day per household, and to be eligible for each day's drawing, you must enter each day. So entries for Monday will not be used on Tuesdays, Tuesdays not for Wednesday, so you have to keep going at it every single day, but you get a chance every day.
Absolutely, and it's a great chance. And by the way, we do want to mention that parking is not included with those tickets. So good luck to everybody, but bring your cash for the parking. You will need that. Now, this is interesting. A day at the beach for one family turned into a mission of mercy to save a stranded dolphin and her baby. Take a look at this. This is great.
A father and daughter were boating near Jacksonville, Florida when they spotted the dolphin flapping on a sandbar. The dad knew exactly what to do because he had recently watched a documentary of dolphin rescue. So he simply grabbed the animal by the tail, dragged it safely into deeper water. Oh, I'm going to save the dolphin.
You know what, this goes to show that sometimes when you flip the channels and watch random shows, you never know when the information you get is going to come in handy.
Right, there's also that show with the survival guy. What is the name of it? He knows how to survive, and you learn all these, what's it called?
What's it called?
Bear Grylls.
What is it?
Bear Grylls.
Bear Grylls?
Bear Grylls.
Oh, okay.
So you learn how to survive in the wild. So those are good tips too.
See, thanks, Terrence.
Yeah.
You never know how to survive in the wild until you watch television. Television is a wonderful resource. And being outside today is a great idea. At least around here it is.
It is going to be pretty nice to start off the day. So get out early before the winds kick